Indeed, awful things that have happened in recent days. And now it's on to football here at the Rogers Centre. A gorgeous July afternoon. There's the Liverpool team in red, Toronto in white. And we'll get a look at the lineups here as the crowd is really anticipating this. I'm quite surprised, really, at the energy that's in this building for a friendly that comes in the preseason for Liverpool and halfway through the regular season in Major League Soccer for Toronto FC. Who have really bounced back under Paul Mariner, by the way. But let's have a look at the Toronto roster, the starting 11 for Toronto FC. And as we've been pointing out, Craig, it is pretty much a strong team for Toronto FC with one exception, and that exception will take place in goal, where it's actually a player who's not even under contract. He's a trialist, is Freddie Hall.
Well, you look at Stephen Fry, still out injured at the present moment. Kosic is doing very well at the number 1, holding that position down. Then you go down and you're looking at a 17-year-old with Quillen Roberts in that position. They needed somebody in between that. There's too much for a 17-year-old to be asked to do that at this stage of his career. So Freddie Hall is on trial. They're having a look at him. Paul Mariner knew him from Plymouth. He was at Northampton last season, and now he's got a chance to maybe stick at Toronto FC if he does well. So a big moment for Freddie Hall.
And most of these players will be changed either during the first half or at the half or early in the second half. There's Paul Mariner having a little chat with Brendan Rodgers, who we got to know a little bit yesterday. A fine man, very friendly, very outgoing, and he knows the task at hand, and he's relishing the opportunity to do for Liverpool what he was able to do for Swansea, and that was keep them up, and of course hopefully a lot more for Liverpool rather than just keep them up. Obviously a Champions League spot is one of the goals. Here's his lineup. Now we know there's a lot of main players such as Steven Gerrard not here. This is what he'll put out in the first half. He will change this team completely in the second half, as will Mariner.
Yeah, and looking at the way he likes to play. With Swansea, he played a 4-3-3. He likes to pass the ball around. Interchanging of positions is important. He really does suit the Liverpool style. Now, he wants to create more goals, more opportunities, because not since 1904 have they scored such a few amount of goals, especially at Anfield. So that needs to be much better from their standpoint. He's the guy to get it right.
Brad Jones is the goalkeeper. There he is, the 30-year-old who doesn't get a lot of action with Pepe Reina playing in front of him.
No, he doesn't when Pepe Reina's healthy, and that's usually all the time. He's a mainstay. But Brad Jones is a good goalkeeper. He had the opportunity to play in the final. He's certainly strong enough. He's had his own personal issues, but he's now in the position where he can hold that position down. So he'll be hoping to get a little bit of work today. I know a lot of Liverpool fans were wondering whether there'd be a goal scored by Toronto FC. Well, from Brad Jones's point of view, the goalkeeper, and Brendan Rodgers, he needs everybody to get some work and make this really, really worthwhile.
Rodgers had his players, every one of them, sign autographs yesterday for the crowd of several thousand that were here to watch the team train. There is the officiating crew for this afternoon, and Rodgers was the last man there. He continued to sign even when the players were finished. He was, you know, he looked like a politician out there. He was holding babies, getting pictures taken, signing autographs. He was there for a good half hour, but he's relishing his opportunity here, and he's loved his short visit to Toronto, quick as it is, in yesterday, out after the game and back to Boston where their headquarters are for this North American tour. And we are underway now with Toronto FC heading from right to left on your screen, and the ball goes into touch. That was Torsten Frings who had the early touch, and it'll be put back in play here immediately by Liverpool. That was one of their youngsters, Andre Wisdom, who put the ball in play. The three strikers that they'll employ, and we'll see how they line this up, is Nathan Eccleston, Danny Pacheco, and Jordan Ibe. And that's the veteran Jamie Carragher touching it back to the goalkeeper Jones. Real grass here at the Rogers Centre. It looks permanent, it looks gorgeous, but it is, of course, temporary. The artificial surface where the Blue Jays play and the Argonauts, both taken out and replaced by large sections of sod for this match. And it does look good, doesn't it, Craig?
It looks excellent. Now, the reality of it is it's not perfect. It can't be, but they've done a really good job to get it as good as they possibly can. It's a little bit slow. It's soft. The ball doesn't bounce all that high on it, so the players will adjust. They had some chance to train on it yesterday. But all in all, it absolutely looks fantastic. This stadium looks as good for a soccer game than it does for any other event. It's absolutely outstanding. The roof's open. It's magnificent.
I asked Rodgers what he thought of the turf, and he said, I'll be honest, it's not great. But then he proceeded to go on to explain that he understands that and he knows what this is all about. And he says that the crew here, in his opinion, has done a terrific job in getting it ready for this game today. So he's not too concerned about it. It's in the possession of Andre Wisdom, U21 player from Leeds. Number 44 is Jordan Ibe, who will control the right side as a forward player. Just in the early going here. There's Steven Sama. diagonal ball down the left side. And that's Daniil Henry who does the defensive job for Toronto FC. Terry Dunfield now for Toronto. Tried to touch it back, it didn't work. And here comes an opportunity for the visiting team. Headed away at the last second by Logan Emery, and then the ball across the face of goal.
Well, it was really good build-up by Liverpool. They did a really good job maintaining possession, looking for their openings to get the ball in the box, and in the end they got an effort at goal. I think Rogers would state that into this team as well, is that possession is important and maintaining it is important.
Frings with the little header for Eric Avila. Ryan Johnson couldn't get to the ball. It's Jones through the middle to Jay Spearing. Central midfield partner is Charlie Adam, over from Blackpool a couple of years back. And Spearing with it again. Plays it through the middle. Spearing again, and now the defender. And this is Wisdom. Across to Spearing. Liverpool in control here at the moment. The edge of the box. Like it goes to Eccleston. Touch pass through. Daniil Henry. Flattered into him and went down. Play on, says the referee, Paul Ward. Daniil Henry forward. Adam. Sama. Pass to Wisdom. Here's eBay. To the academy a few years ago from Wickham, where he started at a very young age. Now he's a Liverpool player. Ryan Johnson has it for Toronto. Emery back to Johnson under pressure. Johnson does well there to get away from eBay. Frings. It was touched forward from Luis Silva, but into touch it went. Jose Enrique forward. Back to Enrique. Jose Enrique, a player who came over from Newcastle. Now here's Jones. To Wisdom, who's the captain of the reserve side for Liverpool. That was Charlie Adam who had made a run, but Wisdom unable to find him with that threaded ball. And so here's Freddie Hall for Toronto FC. 27-year-old from Bermuda. Spearing in a collision with Dunfield, into touch, Toronto throw-in. Dunfield, who scored that late winner against his former club, Vancouver Whitecaps, in league play recently. Dramatic fashion that was.
Yeah, not one Terry Dunfield to get on the end of crosses and heading balls in the back of the net. I actually asked him if he ever scored a header like that before. He said, I don't think I've ever scored a header. And even Stephen Hart, the national team manager, phoned him up and joked with him.
Johnson with an opportunity. Ryan Johnson touched by the post by Brad Jones. His first real save of the afternoon. Johnson's first opportunity.
Decent strike by Johnson. Good build-up by Toronto FC as well. Some good interchanging of some positions. Good support. Playing with the way you're facing. It all starts with Frings. Ball straight through the middle. Nice little touch. Johnson with a decent strike. Brad Jones gets down well to his left and tips it for a corner.
Torsten Frings will take the corner out of the shadows from the roof here at the Rogers Centre. That was Henry trying to make contact with that ball. It was cleared by Sama, however, who won that aerial battle. Poor touch right there. And the ball into touch. It'll be Toronto's ball. Johnson. That's headed away. Liverpool in possession. Throw in here for Toronto. And that foul will go Liverpool's way. Aquilani lays it off to the left side. Back to Aquilani. Decides to switch play to the near side. Kept in play by Ibe. Adam. Into the middle to Spearing. Lots of room to maneuver. Aquilani to the left side. It's Aquilani again. Spearing. Thread one through, didn't work. Cleared easily by Ashton Morgan.
Ryan Johnson grabs a hold of it. Control. Close cover there by Liverpool, in the opinion of the referee. Foul. Frings will take most of the set pieces for Toronto FC.
There's the free kick from Frings to the edge of the box. Away by Carragher. It's Richard Eckersley tracking back. Throw in. Frings in the middle of the park. German international with a diagonal ball for a charging Ashton Morgan, who's made a run down the left side. Well defended by Andre Wisdom. Ten minutes gone here. Some decent early exchanges from both sides, so that ball is off target. Nobody there to redirect it in the neighborhood of Brad Jones for Toronto. And so Liverpool will start the attack from the back with Jones.
There's Brendan Rodgers, the new manager of Liverpool Football Club. Oh, he's got some weight on his shoulders, but at the 39 in his life, he's got an opportunity of a lifetime. It's such a great job with Swansea City. But the stakes are different. Swansea City was all about staying in the division, in the Premier League. You know, Liverpool is about getting in positions to win trophies. They've not won the title, the league title, since 1990.
They did win a memorable Champions League a few years ago. Other than that, the cupboard is there. A major trophy point of view, the ones they want to win.
Well, that's right. And in actual fact, the last time they were here was in 04. Following when Benitez came, they win the Champions League. So coming to North America has always been quite positive for them in the years after, even going back to 1964, the following year after they were here. A long road trip, traveled around North America. They also won the division. So good things happen when they come to North America the following season. Obviously not in the Champions League next season, but in Europa League.
Corner kick from Charlie Adam. Dealt with by Ryan Johnson, who has come back to help. Throw in though. Adam to Aquilani. Switched over to the near side, at least for the moment. Spearing. Now it's Jose Enrique. Back through the legs of him to Carragher. Spearing to Adam. Wisdom back to Adam.
What a ball that is.
It was a terrific ball. Daniil Henry beaten, but not the goalkeeper Freddie Hall.
Charlie Adam, left foot, spectacular. Spreads it wide, hits one about 60 yards. Lead on a dime. And then Freddie Hall, the trialist, in goal for Toronto FC. Nice hands, solid work.
Good,
simply handled.
And good offensive work there from Danny Pacheco, the Spaniard, who beat Daniil Henry. Jones to Sama. Steven Sama, who came over from Borussia Dortmund in 2009, native of Cameroon. Sama with it. Into the middle to Spearing. Spearing and Adam doing a good job of controlling things in midfield, as they're supposed to do for Liverpool. Alani dispossessed. Infield clattered into. And that was Nathan Eccleston, an academy product from Manchester, who commits the foul.
Well, in Liverpool's point of view anyway, they certainly are controlling the midfield. They've been a little bit sharper, a little bit quicker. I feel getting fouled by Eccleston.
Eccleston with the foul, Eckersley with the free kick. Now was Spearing back to clean up the scraps. They give it to Enrique. Back to Spearing. And now Sama. There's Wisdom. Back to Sama. Logan Emery was under pressure. Just got rid of it. Throw in for Liverpool. Quarter of an hour gone. Still no goals. Best opportunity was likely the one from Ryan Johnson, just tipped wide of the post by Brad Jones. Liverpool have controlled possession, however. Eccleston back into the middle. Luis Silva had a touch there momentarily, was not able to do anything with it. And there's Sama beating Ryan Johnson to the ball. Wisdom back to Jones. Carragher pointing the way.
Well, Liverpool's passing and their movement is excellent. They seem to have lots of space when they have possession. When Toronto FC get it, if you'll notice, the pitch seems to be a lot smaller as they close the gaps on TFC.
That ball is cut out by Terry Dunfield. Nicely done by Pacheco. He really likes to play deep down that left side. Cross here to Wisdom. Jordan Ibe tried to squeeze his way through defenders. And it was a handball on Ibe.
He likes to play three up front. Rogers. Ibe has been anchored on his right-hand side. Has some pace. Could deliver a good ball in the box as well. Tightly marked on that occasion by TFC.
Reminder, unlimited substitutions is the agreed upon scenario for this afternoon's match, so we will see complete changes. Most of them will come at the half, but there will be a few perhaps before and a few maybe on the hour mark. That's for both sides, by the way. Spearing. He's found Pacheco.
He's offside.
Offside, however, this time, but he really does play deep on that left wing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. So with a lot of width. Not sure how he was going to play, Roger, with the three up front, whether they were going to play narrow or wide. They're quite clearly playing two very wide forward players. Paul Mariner giving some directions to the bench as well about what's going on.
Well, he's not shy to his players if he thinks that they've not done what he's wanted them to do.
You know, he'll never criticize a player if they're working really hard to close down. If they're not, you're going to get it. Double-barreled.
Daniil Henry did well to get that into the box, but it wasn't where there was a white shirt waiting for it. Aquilani then wins possession to Spearing. And there's Pacheco again. Pacheco was in the Barcelona system until a few years ago. They'd loaned him out, Liverpool did last year. So we'll see what happens with Pacheco this season. Adam. Back to Sama.
Well, you mentioned that. It's a good opportunity when a new manager comes in, that if you weren't in favor of the last manager, which is Kenny Dalglish, said, new manager, new lease of life, new opportunities. These players for Liverpool are playing for spots.
There's a ball over the top that Eccleston was trying to get to. Did get a touch on it, but nothing serious to bother Freddie Hall in the Toronto goal.
Charlie Adam gets away at the halfway. One with the left foot. Trying to find Eccleston through the middle. Difficult ball to control.
So here's Spearing now for Liverpool. Enrique, now Aquilani. Ball for Pacheco was across the touchline before he made contact. Points from 11 games since he took over from Aaron Vinter. He's turned it around for Toronto. The question is he turned it around enough so that they have a shot at playoffs later this season? It's still a long shot, but perhaps still a possibility.
But just the fact that we're talking about it is a good thing for Toronto SC, because after losing their first, 9 games in a row, there was no talk about that whatsoever. But on the run they're at, the form they're showing, the determination that they're showing, they're not quite out of it yet. And with the moves, with Eric Astley coming to Toronto after the injury to Danny Kuberman's their top goal scorer with 9 goals, shows that they're not giving up on the season yet.
Gallagher. Pass through the middle doesn't work. Silva. Frings back to Eckersley. Here's Logan Emery. Eccleston trying to cause havoc in the Toronto 18-yard box. Johnson flicks it to Dunfield. Now it's Reggie Lamb. Lamb goes down under the challenge. Toronto free kick. Morgan couldn't quite get a good shot on that one. And a throw in here for Toronto with Daniil Henry. Last look at that play.
Well, Charlie Adam chasing Lamb down. Wasn't a lot of contact there, but Charlie Adam wasn't happy with some of the positioning of the midfield players at that moment after that tackle.
There's a Frings pass that was nowhere near the intended receiver, which was Ryan Johnson. Perhaps went the wrong way. At any rate, Liverpool in possession. Wisdom. Back to Sama. Through the middle to Spearing. Spearing spots Pacheco. Carragher to Sama. Galani. Now Wisdom. Spearing. Liverpool with plenty of room to move the ball around between the midfielders and defenders. And Galani now. This is Wisdom. Ibe. That will be a goal kick for Freddie Hall. Liverpool players unhappy with that call. Thought it should have been a foul and a free kick awarded to their team.
Well, from where we were sitting as well, that certainly looked as though there was contact on Ibe. He does well. He's got two players on him. He's double teamed. He's trying to get a half a yard, just the ball a little bit, and then there comes the tackle from Morgan, waiting for the foul. Never came.
So a goal kick here for Hall. Johnson hit in the air. That's Charlie Adam over the top. The Toronto player. I think it's Reggie Lamb.
The officials missed a couple here. That looked like a foul from Charlie Adam coming right over the back of Lamb. And all the players now surrounding the referee wondering why he didn't give the foul in the corner. And
time for everybody to get their complaints.
Yeah, get them all out now. But here it comes now. You see him just into the back of them. Contact before he won the ball. No question. Neither side want any injuries, that's for sure. They can't afford it. Liverpool trying to get as much out of this as they possibly can, physically.
It's almost like the #1 goal for every team in training and in friendlies is not to get injured, and for teams in training the #2 goal is to be getting fit, but the #1 goal is don't get injured. Chris Smalling lost to Manchester United with a broken toe for several weeks. It wasn't in a game, it was in training, but still.
Paul Mariner made a good point yesterday, though, that you don't want to get injured, but if you go in half-heartedly, you probably will get injured, so you have to be committed at all times. There are a lot of changes coming up, so he wants to keep the standards high. These players know they'll be coming off at halftime. Work as hard as you possibly can.
Well, Paul Mariner told me yesterday the first switch he would probably make would be somewhere around 20 or 25 minutes, and it would be Ashton Morgan coming out for an academy player, Tyler Pasher. Hasn't happened yet, but Pasher is up. So we'll wait for that. Meanwhile, Liverpool in possession at the back, largely untroubled, as has been the case for most of this first half through 25 minutes.
Well, Liverpool also have looked very good in possession. You can see that. They keep the ball well. They receive the ball really, really well, open themselves up, make themselves available, but have not really created much in the offensive zone. And that's not going to be too pleasing at this point.
Pacheco against Daniil Henry. Pacheco did well to get the ball in front, but Freddie Hall was there to hold it. Liverpool passing the ball around nicely and now across into the middle. Wisdom back to Sama. Carragher. Spearing. Adam. Toronto will make their first substitution, and it will indeed be Ashton Morgan coming out of the game. And a former Academy player, a graduate of the TFC Academy, will be replaced by a current Academy player. This is 18-year-old Tyler Pasher, who was with the team in training camp in Florida earlier this year before the season began. He spent some time in the Newcastle Academy. He's from Elmira, and so now he gets a look here. And Paul Mariner said to us before the game, Craig, it's a great opportunity for Mariner as well, just to get a look at some of these youngsters and see what they can bring, because a lot of them he hasn't seen much of them. No, and when he sees them in training, that's one thing, but you have to be able to see them in games. He says it's the best lesson, it's the best way to gauge players. That's why this game is so important to them as well. For a number of reasons, is the team moves forward. Toronto FC have such a great, really good academy system. They're developing some very good players. There's a number of young 14, 15, 16-year-old players coming through the system that they have very high hopes for. Well, we talked about Ashton Morgan. Daniil Henry, of course, is one. That ball goes all the way to Hall. Keith McAbooya, Matt Stinson, Oscar Cordon, who we'll probably see today. All Academy products. Quillen Roberts, goalkeeper, who we will see in the second half. Same thing. So Toronto doing a very good job of developing players through their own system now. You mentioned the goalkeeper, Quillen Roberts. I'm really looking forward to seeing him. I hope he gets at least a half an hour in this game, the 17-year-old. He has got all the attributes to be an excellent goalkeeper. Like, go to the very top, that good. At 17, he's about as one of the very best goalkeepers, and I hope he doesn't get a big head because of it, that I've seen at that age. His distribution is excellent, both feet as well as his hands are superb. And he actually looks a little bit like Freddie Hall, the goalkeeper right now for Toronto FC from a distance. They have some similarities there, except for their age. There's a ball from Aquilani to the far side. They're trying to find an unwrestling Jose Enrique. Dunfield go back to Hall. This is Silva, Luis Silva, the fine Toronto rookie. Ball was for Tyler Pasher. He's on the left side. Deep right now is Pasher. Johnson plays it back to Frings. Frings to Richard Eckersley. Out of options as he surveyed the situation and sent it back to Hall. Now it's Logan Emery. Back to Eckersley. Hall sizes up the situation. Johnson flicks it on. Another flick on for Dunfield. Dunfield bowled over there, no problem from the referee's point of view. It was Jose Enrique. Dunfield screaming for a call. Mariners with a sardonic laugh about the whole thing. Emery for Toronto. Johnson back to Emery. Toronto holding on to the ball a little bit better here now. One of the things that Rogers has said about his team and what he wants is possession, 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 and when you lose it, get it back as quickly as possible. He's even employed something called the 7-second rule. I don't know if players are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 when they don't have the ball, but sounds like Guardiola at Barcelona a little bit. That's what he's sort of looking for. Meanwhile, here's Johnson. Just didn't hit Luis Silva with the pass. Silva did well to keep the ball in the field of play. Actually, he did not. The ball did go across. It's a goal kick. Meanwhile, look back at that play with Dunfield. Well, Dunfield just heads the ball forward, trying to get in the box, looking for some kind of contact. Jose Enrique definitely had his position on him. And the pace. That was a good decision by the official. Wisdom. Spearing let it go through to Carragher. Enrique. Adam. Aquilani. Goes to the right side. Jordan Ibe. Ibe trying to get around Pasher. Nice tackle from the kid Pasher.
Oh, that's outstanding from Pasher, the 18-year-old. Absolutely brilliant against a very tough player to play against Ibe.
Dunfield flicks it to Johnson. Johnson missed. Eric Avila. Ibe. He tends not to get nearly as far forward on the right side as Pacheco does on the left. There's Wisdom. Looks just about right, doesn't it? Walani to the far side. There's Enrique. Nice move there. That looked like a handball on Dunfield. Maybe not. The referee says no. The Liverpool players sure thought so.
Certainly looked as though there was some contact there.
So this is Wisdom to Ibe. Spearing. Aquilani. Jose Enrique back to Spearing. Nobody near Jordan Ibe. Again against Pasher. Avila comes over, and it's Wisdom back to Sama. Now Spearing. Emery lets it go through to the goalkeeper Hall. So was this a handball?
Well, it was definitely a handball. Was it inside the box? And was it more ball to hand? Was there any intention? When your arms are out that wide, you're asking for trouble. No call was given. Definitely very close to the top of the box. He's been pretty shy to blow the whistle today in general anyway.
Oh, it is a friendly.
It is. Well, that's what they say. I never played in a game that wasn't competitive, though. It just doesn't happen, right?
Eckersley. Dunfield back to Eckersley. Nifty little move from Lamb back to Eckersley. Eckersley's pass is deflected, and there's Jamie Carragher. To Spearing. Wisdom back to Spearing. Adam. Pacheco making a run. Neil Henry hustling to get back. Neil Henry cleans him out. And it's a goal kick.
I talked about some academy players. This is Neil Henry, number 4 for Toronto FC against Pacheco. Good work getting back. And this is Pasher as well. Look at this 18. Just came out as a substitute. It's a very speedy Ibe who thought he was going to get the half yard on him. No way. He was half on, defended well in the right position. Defended him. Excellent.
Pacheco's pass for Adam was cut out. Torsten Frings. Back to Eckersley. We're inside the final 10 minutes of the first half. Toronto have turned it over. Adam. This looks good for Liverpool, but then the final pass from Pacheco was just too soft, and it was right at Frings. Silva for Toronto now. Dunfield across to Daniil Henry. Frings to Logan Emery. Avila back to Frings. Johnson. Now Emery back to Ryan Johnson. Toronto in possession as Liverpool back off a little bit to give them space. They take advantage, passing it around but not really going forward. Now here's Hall. A reminder, you will not see Toronto's #1 goalkeeper Milos Kosic today. He's been given a well-deserved break. It will be the man you'll see there, Freddie Hall. And then likely it'll be Quillan Roberts in the second half or at some point. Asher. That's a Toronto throw-in. Asher puts it in play to Frings. Toronto captain. Now it's Lamb. Avila puts it through to Johnson. Back to Avila. Got a little too smart for himself, and it's Wisdom now in the corner.
Avila has some good feet, though. He really does. Springboard some attacks for Toronto FC.
Here's Ecclestone, but Logan Emery, he did well initially, then almost made a mistake, but he's able to recover in time to get it to Frings. Dunfield across to Henry. Has some space. Avila. Avila to Johnson. Johnson's cross deflected. Falls right to Johnson again. Avila. Off spearing. Frings. Pasher. Frings back to Pasher. Emery. Emery with a dangerous ball. He missed Eckersley. At least I think that was his intended target. Pacheco was there, but nothing came of it from Liverpool's point of view. Dunfield now to Henry. Chips it for Lamb. Lamb heads it down. That's dealt with very comfortably by Steven Sama. Wisdom. Jamie Carragher. Sama with it. His pass goes right to Frings. Eckersley. Now it's Ibe. Is it on for Liverpool here? Forced back by Pasher. Pasher has fouled Ibe in the process. This will be a free kick now for Liverpool. We're inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. Don't forget the Blue Jays, who normally play here, of course. They're taking on the Boston Red Sox. That game this evening, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time on Sportsnet 1. Meanwhile, a crowd in the neighborhood of 35 to 40,000 here at the Rogers Centre to watch Toronto FC against Liverpool. Free kick to be taken here by Liverpool in the waning moments of the first half. Still no goals have been scored. Carragher across to Enrique. Jose Enrique to Pacheco. Spearing looking for options to Adam. Adam's ball. Hall just lets it go. Charlie Adam, who played for Blackpool, and Ian Holloway in that tremendous year that they had. And they were desperate to stay up in the Premier League. In the end, that campaign failed, and Adam moved on.
Yeah, Blackpool that year. Didn't they look as though they were good money to stay up? Incredible first half of the season.
I just love watching and listening to Ian Holloway.
Yeah, Holloway's excellent. Great for sound bites. And a great coach as well. But when he brought Charlie Adam from Scotland down to Blackpool, he made him a promise that he would get him to a top 4 club in the country. And he kept that promise because he could have played hardball with Jardie Adams and given him the opportunity. But he thought he was a top 4 club in the country.
Well, actually, it turned out to be a top 8 club.
Oh, well, that's, yeah, you're going to get it from some Liverpool fans for that. But that's right. They finished 8th, and Liverpool tried to make a manager's change. They only won 6 home games all season. That's the worst since 1952. 24 league goals at Anfield. That's the lowest since 1904. Jardie Adams been good signing for Liverpool. Great left foot on it.
New regime beginning this season under new manager Brendan Rodgers, who did wonders at Swansea. Not only did he keep them up, which is an accomplishment in itself. They finished 11th, and they were the highest finishing team of the 3 promoted last year. Liverpool in possession. That's been the theme throughout this first half. No great opportunities, however, at Freddie Hall. Spearing diagonal ball to Pacheco. That's been a recurring theme as well. Works into the middle. Deflected off Eckersley. Follow-up opportunity. That was Daniil Henry who saved the day, but it's a corner kick for Liverpool inside the final 2 minutes.
Well, Pacheco has been incredibly lively. Lots of opportunities to attack from the left-hand side. He's been pretty well dealt with. His final product hasn't been brilliant.
Meanwhile, it was a short corner taken. The end result was a shot from the side that didn't trouble Freddie Hall too much. Silva's the first one to get to the loose ball. Luis Silva back to Logan Emery. Emery. Ball across to the far side. That's Reggie Lamb. Got Johnson there, who takes his pass. Johnson for Dunfield. Dunfield puts it across. Avila was there, but before him was the goalkeeper, Brad Jones.
Toronto FC have had some decent positions and getting in some decent positions. If you look, though, at the top in the 18-yard box, who are they going to play into? Who's Dunfield got to hit? Well, there's one player. Avila's in there. Had another occasion a while ago running. Johnson crossed the ball. Nobody's really taking a chance. And I think in a position like this, Toronto FC's midfielders need to make some late runs in the box and take some chances and be positive and try to score a goal. But they're asking an awful lot when one player's in there being outnumbered by Liverpool defenders, good Liverpool defenders. It's going to be difficult to pick them up.
Final few seconds of the first half. We're told there will be 1 minute of time added here. Jimmy Carragher across to Sama. Now Wisdom. Adam. Back to Carragher. Jose Enrique. Enrique tugged at by Reggie Lamb, and so a free kick quickly taken. Pacheco back to Jose Enrique. He turns back to Spearing. Aquilani. Ibe. Overlapping run by Wisdom. Into the box away by Dunfield. And that's Avila with the clearance. And Avila was bowled over as he made contact with the ball. It's a free kick for Toronto there. Brendan Rodgers with some instructions. Andre Wisdom. And on that free kick by goalkeeper Freddie Hall, that is the last touch of the first half. 45-minute whistle is blown by the referee, and so we have no goals scored in a game that you could probably anticipate would turn out this way. Lots of possession by Liverpool. Maybe surprisingly that Toronto maybe had the best chances at goal rather than Liverpool.
Yeah, like I said just a few moments ago, I think Toronto needed to take a few chances if they wanted to get a goal, but they were really worried about keeping a clean sheet. That's first and foremost what they wanted to do. And Liverpool did quite well. Like you said, possession was great, but the final third end product wasn't so much.
And so after 45 minutes of play at the Rogers Centre with the CN Tower in the backdrop, 0-0 is the score.
New to Setanta Sports this season, the Capital One Cup. The 92 teams of the English Premier League and Football League, including current holders Liverpool, go head-to-head for a place in the Cup final at Wembley. The Capital One Cup starts August 14th, only on Setanta Sports. Bundesliga this season on Setanta Sports. 150 games with 5 games every weekend, plus a weekly preview and highlight show. Bundesliga this season on Setanta Sports. Eredivisie this season on Setanta Sports. Over 100 games with 3 games every weekend, plus weekly highlights. Eredivisie this season on Setanta Sports.
And welcome back to the Rogers Centre, where we are just about set for the beginning of the second half in this international friendly between Toronto FC and Liverpool FC. Well, not international friendly, that implies countries, I suppose, as opposed to clubs. But at any rate, we're just about set to go, and we talked about all the potential changes. Well, they are indeed going to happen. Let's have a look at what Paul Mariner has put out. He's changing the team completely, including at goal. And this is a look at a lot of academy players that we'll be talking about as the game goes on. And you want to see how Quillan Roberts does in goal.
Yeah, there was talk that Quillan Roberts would have come on at about the hour mark. Well, good for him. I'm glad he's getting a whole half. 17-year-old Canadian international at the under-17 level as well. Could be one of the goalkeepers of the future for Canada. In my opinion, I believe he will be. For Brendan Rodgers, he's going to have an opportunity to have a look at some of the players that he's not too familiar with in the second half as well.
Well, and there's a couple of familiar names there that you'll see, including Martin Skirtle. You'll also see Joe Cole, who was out on loan all of last year to Lille in France. So complete changes for both sides. We'll see if that changes the complexion of the way this game is played as well, because it was rather pedestrian in that first half with not a lot of energy, it seemed. And so we'll see what the changes, the difference that the changes make as we get going now with the second half from the Rogers Centre. Jack Robinson, Danny Wilson, Martin Skirtle, and John Flanagan at the back for Liverpool, and they move it around at the back to get this second half underway. That's Skirtle with the ball there, recently married this summer, by the way. Played for Jono Shelby, and this is Shelby, who came over from Charlton Athletic a couple of years ago, has just recently signed a long-term deal. And that pass from into the middle was from Jack Robinson, and now on the ball is Christian Adorin, who will detail some of these Liverpool players as well for you as the second half unfolds. A lot of young players from the academy that Brendan Rodgers is getting a look at here this afternoon also. It's Raheem Sterling, a young player. In fact, they've got 2 players out here who are close to record holders. One of them, in fact, is. Sterling was the 3rd youngest all-time player ever to hit the pitch for Liverpool when he made his debut against Wigan back in March at age 17, as they get a corner kick here to start things off just after the first minute of play here. To the far post, and that's headed down, and it'll be a goal kick now. There is Martin Skirtle. There's rumors that he's not really happy at Liverpool and wouldn't mind getting out of Anfield. And here's a goal kick from 17-year-old Quillan Roberts.
I think it's fair to say that Liverpool will see some movement before the start of the Premier League season. There's lots of rumors going around about where Andy Carroll's going to end up. Clint Dempsey A target for Liverpool at around $5 million, although Fulham want £9 or £10 million for him. Negotiating going on there, an opportunity. Some good things going on with Nini coming into the club, coming from Roma for £11 million. As well as Joe Cole getting another opportunity, a new lease of life.
Now the roof, you can see it is in motion right now, and I'm not sure why. The sky looks pretty good to me, but we're not in charge.
Well, I don't think that Liverpool have had too many matches with a game that's had an open roof and a closed roof in one match. Probably the first time ever, so they're pretty impressed by this facility. There's no doubt about that. That's saying something coming from the Cathedral of Anfield that's just so rich with history.
Here's a look at Janier, Joshua Janier, 19-year-old from Oakville. Ball knocked all the way in, and there's the keeper who's playing now for Liverpool. That's Peter Gulashi, is a Hungarian under-21 international. Spent part of last year on loan at Hull. Hard to say what his future will hold this year with the big club. Skirtle in possession for Liverpool. It comes to Skirtle. Into the middle to Jonjo Shelvey. Shelvey plays it through the middle. Liverpool still in possession. Here's Jack Robinson. Jack Robinson holds the distinction of being the youngest ever Liverpool player to suit up. And here they are on attack with Sterling. His ball goes across the face of goal. Liverpool still in charge. Shelvey. Cross in front. Out of the reach of Roberts. There's Camargo. And Sergio Camargo is number 33 for Toronto. Highly touted youngster from Newmarket, Ontario. And there's a ball, and that just goes over the top of everything. And that came from Quincy Amarikwa. Amarikwa, the latest acquisition from Toronto FC. They just signed him. Brought him over from New York Red Bulls.
Yeah, he did. And he's got a little bit of an eye for goal. He's got some pace as well. Mariner likes that. He can get a yard. Lacks a little bit of quality at times. You can see with his finishing product there. Cross wasn't great. There's another player, another squad player for Mariner to have something to think about.
Sterling in possession for Liverpool. His teammate Suso, the Spanish player. And to touch Liverpool ball. Is it my imagination, or is the tempo just a little bit higher than it was in the first half?
Well, for the neutral, that's a good thing. Some of the passing was nice.
Shelvey.
Keep ball session.
And there's Roberts, the 17-year-old from Brampton, Ontario.
Stuart Kerr, the goalkeeper coach at Toronto. He sees him on a daily basis. He says he's got everything it takes. It's up to him. Roberts got a great strike. Distribution is excellent. That eye-catching for coaches as well. But at 17, just quite brilliant.
Ball up the right side. Off the toe of Suso. This is Joe Cole, the veteran who was at Lille all of last year on loan. Brendan Rodgers has brought him back.
And a former teammate of mine at West Ham United. There's not many players still playing that I used to play with. I can hang on.
That's because you're getting old.
I'm getting old. Yeah, Joe Cole was there, or as young as a 12-year-old.
Meanwhile, Toronto with an opportunity right here. Fizzles at the end. Stinson was in the middle of that. Don't forget UFC 149, the preliminary fights presented by Pizza Pizza. That's tonight at 7 o'clock. Sportsnet East, Ontario, West and Pacific, live from Calgary. That's starts with the preview show and the preliminary fights, UFC 149. Second half nicely underway here at the Rogers Center. Complete changes for both sides in this friendly between the two red teams. Only one is wearing red today, of course, and that is the visiting side, Toronto FC wearing white. Here's Raheem Sterling. Taken away from him and cleared. There's Decoy Williams. Did the job for Toronto there, and now there's Janier, Josh Janier. Number 49 is Jack Robinson for Liverpool. Shelby's a monster out there, and he throws his weight around liberally. Here's Christian Adorian. There's two Hungarians in the field right now for Liverpool. Adorian, number 51, the striker, and the goalkeeper Gulashi. Skirtle. Now here's Adorian. Hit it back. Diagonal ball for Sterling. Two Toronto players come over there. In possession with it now is Roberto Gale. Gale is a Toronto native. This will be a Toronto throw in here. That was Matt Stinson who upset the apple cart, so to speak. Matt Stinson, a graduate of the academy. Here's Gale in the Hearts at Zuri Youth Club, his first season with Toronto FC. Now in possession. There's Decoy Williams, laid it through the middle. There's Gale. Williams over the top of everyone into the waiting arms of Gulashi. Now it's Danny Wilson. Shelby. Across to Dorian. Dorian is listed as a striker, but he's playing much more of a midfield role here right now, it seems. As the complexion of the lighting continues to change here at the Rogers Center with the roof continuing to close. There must be a threat of rain in the air, otherwise it wouldn't be closing. Winning the ball nicely there for Toronto is Andrew Wiedemann. In the middle is Aaron Mound. Back to Decoy Williams. His pass, though, is too short to reach his teammate Gale. And here's Liverpool. They couldn't get that one going properly with Sterling, who basically turned it over. Danny Wilson, the Scottish international, came from Rangers, wearing number 22. Shelby. For Robinson. Does not keep it in play. That ball went into touch. Robinson, the youngest ever player to suit up for Liverpool. That was in the 09-10 season at the age of 16 years, 250 days. As you look at Shelby in this play from earlier.
Well, he's a tough tackling player, and you can see this from his tackling through and right at the halfway line there. Strong, pushes people around. What a specimen. He loves to get stuck in.
Inside, Josh, inside!
So here is Shelby with it. Skirtle. And looking for Sterling. Matt Stinson for Toronto. Into the corner for Sergio Camargo. Pardon me, that's not. Yes, it's Ameriqua. My mistake there. Camargo wearing 33. Ameriqua wearing 18. Janier couldn't control it for Toronto. Liverpool in possession. Here's Robinson. Through to Adorian. Now Shelby. Joe Cole. Good moves here by Toronto to take possession. Camargo couldn't control it. Skirtle cleans it up for Liverpool to Cole. Cole for Sterling. The pass wasn't a great one, but Sterling comes and gets it. He would have had all kinds of room to make a run. Stinson steps forward to disrupt that play. Marikwa getting in the way, and it goes back to the goalkeeper Galashi. Now Shelby has it. Too far for Raheem Sterling. And just to confirm, there is a storm in the area, and so you can see the roof is just about all the way closed, just a sliver of sky showing through. We're told that if the storm either dissipates or passes in time, they will reopen the roof. That's the beauty of this place. There's a shot and a good save. Rebound for Camargo. That's Amarikwa, pardon me, Amarikwa. Quincy Amarikwa, one of the very newest Toronto players, has scored.
It's a large Liverpool contingent of fans, but I tell you what, they enjoyed this. They stood on their feet and celebrated this goal. They wanted to see something good, and this was very well played by a young Toronto FC team here in the second half. Balaki makes a good save, drops very kindly for Duraquad. He does well to knock it in the net. Then it was gaping, was wide open. Excellent work from Toronto FC. And what they did at halftime for these young players is tell them to go out and express yourself. You have nothing to lose, and they certainly have done that. They have not shied away from this Liverpool side. They played like they wanted to be out there. Brilliant from them.
An opportunity at the other end for Liverpool, but it's well over the top of the target. Brendan Rodgers will not be happy with what he has seen here, with basically a team of academy players, youth players for Toronto FC, and Quincy Amarikwa getting his first goal for his new team. He just was announced as Toronto's property today, coming over from New York Red Bulls. He'd been a part-time player with New York and with Colorado as well. Couldn't really stick with either one. And so Red Bulls were satisfied to let him go to Toronto.
And for Toronto FC, it was about having another squad player, somebody that they had thought they had maybe a good upside to them. Looked good there, reacted very quickly.
Meanwhile, this is Robinson, lays it off, and then the ball is wide. He kind of screwed it a little bit, did Suso. And so Toronto leads by a score of 1-0. Here's RJ now with the coach, Paul Mariner.
All right, Jerry, thank you very much, and pretty good timing for this interview. The reserve squad, the academy players coming through for you.
Yeah, well, you know, it's I think everybody realizes that we had to rest the first team players today. I thought the first half was pretty decent all round, but you can see the enthusiasm that the young guys are playing with. So great shot, great goal, great finish, you know, and that's what strikers are taught to do, follow it in.
Now, anything surprise you so far from this match?
No, I think the most important thing for Brendan and I is so that we get out to this game with injuries. We don't want any injuries, so that's important. I mean, they're just getting going. You can see that.
Well, thank you very much for this, and it's a good goal.
Yeah, thank you.
1-1, Jerry. It's an impressive time to do the interview.
Yes, indeed, and you can tell that Paul Mariner's been doing a lot of talking before he talked to you because his voice is going an hour into this match.
He seemed to shift down about 3 degrees there, Paul Mariner, and as much as it is absolutely true, Liverpool are just getting going. This isn't about results for them or anything else, but inside, for these young players in the dressing room, he will be a totally different individual. He'll be very proud of what they've done so far. Long way to go, still just under half an hour.
Paul Mariner is no shrinking violet on the touchline, that's for sure. Liverpool now trying to mount something, looking for the equalizer. Amarikwa, Quincy Amarikwa with the goal in the 58th minute. And it's 1-0, just over an hour played. Brendan Rodgers rather subdued, but again, He's not necessarily looking for a result here. He's looking to see what his players have, and he's working on fitness to get them ready for their third-round Europa League qualifier. Home and away in the first 10 days of August against either a team from Belarus or a team from Macedonia. Those two teams from those countries will play off for the right to play Liverpool. Ball just cleared along the near touchline, and into touch it goes. Robinson quickly into play for Liverpool to Martin Skirtle. It's John Flanagan with it. Flanagan, an academy player for Liverpool. Cole into the middle to Adorian, but now Toronto have it again. On the near side. That's a shot just off target, deflected by Joshua Janier. 19-year-old Oakville, Ontario native. One of the academy players for Toronto. Again, to be clear, not all of the players on the pitch are academy players. Some of them are academy graduates, obviously, in the goal scorer. Amarikwa is trying to crack the first team. And it'll be a Liverpool throw-in now. Robinson. Stepping up to disrupt that is Decoy Williams. It was deflected off a Liverpool player. Toronto throw-in. That's Roberto Galli on your screen, the 21-year-old Toronto native, his first season with Toronto. That's Robinson back in play to Skirtle. Skirtle just touches it to Shelvey. Jonjo Shelvey to Joe Cole. Cole across to Suzo. Now here's Robinson. Cole tried to get it back to Robinson. It's taken by Joshua Janier, but now Liverpool have it again with Sterling. Just touched away from him by Galle. Shelvey switches play to the far side. This is Morgan. Adam Morgan for Liverpool in the corner. Morgan is another academy player. 20 goals 2 straight years for the reserves. It was a good looking play there. Failed to materialize at the end, and now all the way down at the other end. Amarikwa can't get free. Collision there between Amarikwa and Adorian.
Here's a Liverpool chance. Decent strike from the top. Roberts with his first bit of handling. He's got good hands. From that distance, dealt with it quite calmly.
Into touch it goes. Toronto FC throw in. Here's Morgan. Pardon me, that's John Flanagan there. You're looking at, my mistake. Williams for Toronto. Back he goes to Quillen Roberts. Roberts just launches it. And shepherding it into safety was Danny Wilson.
He's got such a good strike on him, Roberts, that Mariners just had a little shout to him, just take a little bit off him. He's nearly knocking it out the other side of the stadium.
Maybe a little adrenaline involved there.
Oh, yeah.
Good work there again from the young Toronto back line, which is formed by Tyler Pasher and Galley on the outside. A little more experience in the middle with Ty Harden and Decoy Williams. But the fullbacks are basically untested.
Jason Bent, the coach there, talking to Adrian Ken, who's been out for a long time with an injury. Which is always going to get some playing time here. It's great to see him back in action.
Shelby for Sterling. Quillen Roberts comes off his line, but he had some defensive help anyway. Shelby, who has moved forward here. Shelby challenging Williams. He gets by him. And the ball is cleared by Williams eventually. Still looking for a ball right now to get play back underway. And nobody seems to have one. Not sure whether somebody in the crowd still has it or where it went. Evidently they found one, and now we're back underway. Shelby. Skirtle runs onto that ball. Suso plays it back to Skirtle up the right side. Now Skirtle again. That went into touch. It'll be a Toronto ball now.
Well, we're talking about how good hands are of Roberts. This type of through ball for a young goalkeeper is one of the toughest things to be able to judge. Your depth perception, when your decision is to go and when it is to stay at home. And that's the sort of thing comes with experience. Well covered on that particular occasion by Harden.
Look out, here's Raheem Sterling in the box. Got through Sterling, oh, and they finished it off. Liverpool have the equalizer after a turnover. Raheem Sterling had the initial opportunity, and it was finished by Adam Morgan. And so Morgan's goal cancels out the earlier one from Amarikwa.
Good work from Liverpool, and at least the Liverpool fans have something to celebrate here at the Rogers Centre. They've come out in their droves. Shot comes in, just beats Roberts, and it was pretty much a tap-in as he comes in there. Adam Morgan, unmarked, behind everybody. So great work there.
Raheem Sterling doing the work. Decoy Williams could not contain him, and there was Morgan to just finish it off. And so it is 1-1 with just over 20 minutes remaining. And Adrian Cann has just come into the game to replace Ty Harden. So Ty Harden obviously just came on to start this second half. Make of that what you will. But Adrian Cann, after a long-term layoff due to injury, is on the pitch for Toronto.
He's very excited to get an opportunity to be back. Being out for long periods of time injured really isn't an awful lot of fun. He's really looking forward to being a part of this today.
It was Wiedemann who did good work to get to that ball before anyone else. Skirtle strong in the air. Adrian Cann is strong in the air, although he didn't connect the way he wanted to there. Headed back by Aaron Mound to Quillen Roberts. So 1-1 the score, less than 20 minutes remaining here at the Rogers Centre. Quincy Amarikwa for Toronto, Adam Morgan for Liverpool. Here's Janier. Stinson. Back to Galley. Galley couldn't hit Stinson. Here's Sterling with it. Skirtle to Shelby. Outside to Flanagan. Into the middle to Suso. He's bounced around, keeps going, and then he's fouled. It'll be a free kick now for Liverpool. And Suso's a little bit slow to get up. I think he's okay.
Good run by Suso. Good strength, good balance. Breaks through. Toronto FC doing whatever they can. They weren't going to let him go through no matter what. It's blocked out. That's more like it from Liverpool.
And so a free kick, and Shelby is the lone man standing directly behind it. Toronto will set up a 3-man wall 10 yards back. Shelby's shot deflected off Adrian Can, got by the wall, but Can was at the edge of the box. Here's Danny Wilson to Shelby. Morgan, the goal scorer. Skirtle. Shelby. Robinson. Cross from Suzo to Shelby. Ball into the box. Williams just got a touch on it. It goes for a corner kick. So a corner kick about to take place for Liverpool. They want to make a substitution as well, and the substitution will happen first. And on comes Lucas Leiva, we heard from in the pregame show, to replace Adorian. And this is a great story for Liverpool fans. They know the situation here with Leiva. Lucas, he likes to be called, of course, going down with injury, torn ACL last November, right at the end of November, in a game against Chelsea. This marks his return. Back early from his injury. There's a ball that's headed across, and it's right to Roberts. Usually it's a 9-month layoff for that injury. He's back 2 months early, is Lucas, and making his return to the pitch in Liverpool red this afternoon at the Rogers Centre.
And I think Liverpool fans are obviously going to be very excited about his return. Missing most of this season, his movements, the way he plays the game, so intelligent. He'll offer an awful lot. There's a lot of things to be excited about if you're Liverpool fans going into next season.
When chatting with him yesterday, it was unclear. In fact, I thought it was doubtful that he would see any action today. He didn't seem to be quite ready to get back to the pitch, but he gets a 16 or 17-minute run out here. And it's great to see him back in Liverpool red. Meanwhile, free kick here for Toronto. His ball is bundled around a little bit at the edge of the box. There's Pasher. Round one. Back to Adrian Can. Skirtle. Lucas. Blind ball from Adam Morgan right to a Toronto player, Aaron Mound. And here's Stinson now at the edge of the area. Matt Stinson looking for an option. Does well to get it across. And Skirtle had no option but to knock it across the end line for a corner kick. Last 15 minutes of the match now. Corner kick upcoming for Toronto FC. It'll be taken by Sergio Camargo. It's Camargo who had the first shot, the rebound of which was scored by Amarikwa. Decoy Williams there working for that to try and do something with it. It didn't fall to him, but he's got it now. There's another big man in Shelby. Shelby wins that battle, knocks it into touch, however, throw in Toronto. Good work from Decoy Williams against that man Shelby.
Yeah, Williams was advanced for the free kick, a set piece, and did his defensive work well against Shelby. We have another substitution, this time for TFC.
And so Janier comes out, and Keith Makabuya comes into this match. Squad player for Toronto FC who does not see much action, but he'll see 14 minutes here. He's another product of the Toronto FC Academy. Stinson ganged up on by two Liverpool players. Sterling and Shelby. Throw in for Liverpool. Robinson. Shelby. Back to goalkeeper Gulashi. Battle in the air involving Galley and Sterling. Across comes Williams with a strong challenge. Don't forget to pick up the new Sportsnet magazine on newsstands now. This week we profile 38 Canadians with the best shot at bringing home Olympic hardware from London, as well as the 7 events you're not going to want to miss. That's the new Sportsnet magazine on newsstands now. That's Lucas laying the ball back. Danny Wilson, now Robinson. Back to Wilson. Lucas across to the far side. That's John Flanagan. And that's an offside position for Adam Morgan. Marikwa for Toronto. And then Adam Morgan for that man's team. 1-1 the scoreline.
Really wonder what's going through his head right now. Some of these players are certainly going to learn something about them. Morgan up front, he works hard. He does. He has some players with some pace.
Another substitution for Toronto FC. And this will be Oscar Cordon coming out. And Sergio Camargo takes a seat in the bench. So Paul Marion, look at the way he treats his players when they come off too. He'll do that for everyone. And into the game is Oscar Cordon.
Well, the difference between Toronto FC a month ago and now is that they play as a team and as a unit. They win and lose together, and everybody's part of the club. Everybody, and that's important. Paul Mariner's worked under some of the great managers in England, Sir Bobby Robson as a player, Ron Greenwood, Don Howe. And he knows how those guys built a team, and knowing that camaraderie in a squad, in a dressing room is so important to get you an awful long way.
Put into play by Roberto Galley. Knocked into touch by Liverpool. Another Toronto throw in here. There's Mariner. He'd like to come out of this with the draw, even though it is a meaningless game. From his point of view, he's got bigger fish to fry than to try and keep winning in Major League Soccer. Toronto off until their next league game next weekend. Liverpool, of course, continuing their North American tour with a game against Roma at Fenway Park, and then against Tottenham Hotspur a few days later in Baltimore. Sterling somehow kept that in play, and then it's Decoy Williams with a strong challenge and a foul. Free kick for Liverpool.
Good feet, trying to work that sideline. Not letting anybody really get by them.
10 minutes remaining in this match now as Matt Stinson picks it up for Toronto. Oscar Cordon was trying to get to that. It went into touch. It will be a throw in for Toronto. Cordon. Asher. In the middle, ball forward, another shot. Oh, a nice save there by Gulashi.
Oh, this is really well done. Asher does it excellently. You see this ball coming here as well, and the way the ball is passed in, it was just some weight on it. Was absolutely perfectly played. An effort on goal. Well seen and well spotted and well done by Toronto FC youngsters.
And here they come again. Toronto FC on the attack here. And Marikwa goes down at the edge of the box. The referee taking a strong look at it.
It wasn't a foul.
Marikwa still down, however. And so they'll have to come out and tend to him. And I believe this is the first time. Well, they actually haven't come out yet, so maybe they won't need to. I don't think we've seen the training staff on the pitch for either team yet today, have we?
No.
A
have a look here. Miracle, he goes down really awkwardly. I think that's the worst part about it, because he's going to ground before any challenge comes in. So well spotted by the officials that they didn't call anything, because there was no question that was a slip. The skirtle closes him down. And he's still trying to shake it off.
Meanwhile, this is Shelby with the ball to Lucas. Lucas is looking for somebody to give it to. Eventually he lays it off to Wilson. Lucas. Shelby. Looks as though Marikwa will be coming out of the game. He's just standing along the touchline as play continues. Shelby with it again after the pass from Skirtle. Way over here for Sterling. Back to Robinson. Robinson was bothered by Makabuya. Robinson again. Shelby. Williams heads it back for Stinson. Forward, Wiedemann is the only Toronto player up there. Wilson turns on Wiedemann. Lucas. Amarikwa is actually down on one knee right in front of the Toronto bench on the touchline, so he's finished. They're just waiting to sub him off, and I guess Mariner doesn't want him to risk anything more. He'd rather just continue with 10 players for a moment.
Yeah, they wait for the ball to finally go out of bounds, and there it is. We'll see a substitution now.
So the substitution will take place now. And it's Ryan Chitano, 20-year-old from Woodbridge. They actually scouted him through the University of Toronto. This is his first season with the Toronto FC system. And so we knew they'd make a lot of changes, both teams, but they made even more than I thought they would. Not only a complete turnover in the second half, but substituting some of those players off. This one due to an injury, or perhaps more to prevent an injury with a brand new player.
And Paul Mariner trying to get as many players out there as he can to get a little taste, to get some experience. It's a big stage. It's very good to see some of them. They certainly haven't disappointed Toronto. There's been some challenges going on, Cordon. Getting flipped.
Now it's Martin Skirtle, just over 5 minutes remaining in this one. Lucas. He got that pass to Sterling. Sterling trying to beat Galley down the left side. Galley with the tackle, saving tackle perhaps, and a foul.
Well, Sterling is lightning fast. Galley did very, very well to track him back. The tackle that he had to win.
Sterling turns it over this time. Setanta had it for a moment. Now it's Williams. Back to Galley. Stinson. Back to Decoy Williams. Quillen Roberts. Don't forget the Vancouver Whitecaps FC on Sportsnet against the San Jose Earthquakes. That's tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on Sportsnet 1 and Sportsnet Pacific. That's Whitecaps FC against the San Jose Earthquakes in Major League Soccer action. Throw in here for Liverpool. Flipped forward by Morgan. It's back the other way from Can through the middle, tried to find Sakatano. Cole. There's a veteran Joe Cole knows how to deal with heavy traffic. Now Suzo. Shelby, who's playing more advanced right now, goes down, complains for a foul, doesn't get the call. That's Robinson making a run. Oh, and what a move that was from Decoy Williams, and he's going to be booked for his trouble. Well, it looked like he was reaching for his...
Oh, yes.
He is. So the first yellow card of the match, and it goes to Toronto FC defender Decoy Williams.
Oh, that was a strong challenge. Watch, he just got to come out of the corner of the pitcher and just absolutely goes right through Robinson. That was a nasty challenge, a strong challenge, but not timed well.
So an opportunity here with 2.5 minutes to go for Liverpool to perhaps get the late winner. Free kick from the left edge of the box. Joe Cole, and it's not his best effort. That draws a mixture of applause and boos from the crowd here at the Rogers Center. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Well, that was awful from Joe Cole. Decent position, trying to deliver one in the box, trying to be a little too cute, put a little bit too much on it. He's got a lot of work to do, Joe Cole, if he wants to get into the Liverpool side and be a regular in that side. Coming from Chelsea to Liverpool, he was coming there with some high hopes, didn't materialize, went to Lille on loan, did quite well. Actually said that he was praying that Brendan Rodgers would get the job because he figured he would fit into that system quite well. He has to prove it. He's been quite quiet here in the second half. If he wants to get into the first team, he's going to have to be consistent and make himself available.
Ball goes into touch off the Toronto player, Scott Catano, and so it's a throw in now for Liverpool. Flanagan. Throw in here, kicking the ball away there was Oscar Cordon, which was not the best move to make. Across the advertising boards. Ball back in play now. Shelby. Last 30 seconds. Ball over the top. Roberts comes for it. He seemed to come a little late for that.
Yes, he was a little bit slow reacting to that. And at 17 years of age, those type of players might be a little bit slower getting to it, but they're going to react quicker.
Now this is Quillen Roberts at the 2011 Under-17 World Cup. That doesn't happen very often. He scored an 87th minute equalizer against England from way back there. Did you ever score as a goalkeeper?
No, I didn't. I would take that one as well. The bouncer on the 18-yard box over the goalkeeper, I would have taken that. That's amazing for him. I don't recall at any level a Canadian international goalkeeper scoring either.
Well, goalkeepers will come up and score once in a while on set pieces or whatever, but not like that. And
well, Paul Robertson scored one, if you remember.
Yes, he did.
Against Wigan, or I'm not sure. It might have been Wigan.
I think it was Wigan.
Yeah, from the same position almost. Bounced over the top of the goalkeeper. Tim Howard did it for Everton. Bruce Grobbelaar's come close a few times, but most of the time it's when they come up for headers. Michael scored off a corner. Friedel scored off a corner.
So we're now into stoppage time. 2 minutes have been added on here, and this may be the final opportunity for Liverpool. Toronto hustling back to defend against this. It's Cole down the left side. At the edge of the box, working against Galley. Cole again, he can't keep it down. Another wasted effort from Joe Cole. What is he writing down? Is he writing down something about Joe Cole?
Joe Cole cannot deliver in the box. 2 chances for Joe Cole. He's really failed from that standpoint. It'll be disappointing from him. He's much better than that. I tell you one thing, he was the best 12-year-old I've ever seen. I mean, West Ham were paying him a fortune, or his family a fortune, to keep him around. Everybody was after Joe Cole at that age.
Maybe he was writing down back to Lille you go.
Yeah. It'll be disappointing. I hope he can turn things around for Liverpool and himself.
All in jest, of course. This is a friendly between these two clubs. We wish Joe Cole and all his Liverpool teammates the best this year.
That's going to be an exciting year for them.
Of course, you can catch lots of English Premier League action here on Sportsnet when the season gets underway in August. Liverpool still looking for that late winner. There's another shot, and there's Quillan Roberts holding it nicely.
Well held by Roberts.
And there is the full-time whistle. And with a lot of second players and reserve players, academy players playing in the second half, I'd have to say the second half was a little more entertaining. We had a goal from each side.
It was. I thought more players for both sides were willing to get forward and create some opportunities and take the game to each other, which made for a better spectacle for the neutral. So I think overall it was a well-played game. It's a preseason game, of course, but for both managers, it doesn't look as though there's too many, didn't see any injuries out there, so job well done for both sides.
And there you had Paul Mariner wishing Brendan Rodgers the best as he embarks on a new campaign for Liverpool, and I suppose Rodgers was wishing Paul Mariner the best in his quest to try and keep things turned around for Toronto FC in their drive to try and make the playoffs. Brendan Rodgers' debut as Liverpool manager in a non-competitive game, to be fair, is a 1-1 draw against Toronto FC of Major League Soccer. So the final score from the Rogers Centre: Amarkwa with the goal for Toronto, Morgan for Liverpool. 1-1 is the final score. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment.
Most of you probably don't know who I am. I've won 8 gold medals and have broken 84 world records. My name is Matt Cowdrew. I was born with part of my left arm missing. And now I swim 50 metres in 25 seconds. The reason I've succeeded is because I was given a chance as a kid. I was treated equally. To keep your sport inclusive, safe and fair for everyone, visit playbytherules.net.au.
To Setanta Sports this season, the Football League Championship. Watch up to 3 live games every round, including the drama of the playoffs as some of England's biggest clubs chase promotion to the Premier League. The Football League Championship starts August 18, only on Setanta Sports. Bundesliga this season on Setanta Sports. 150 games with 5 games every weekend, plus a weekly preview and highlight show. Bundesliga this season on Setanta.